It has been a long time since I made a video, and I'm gonna get into all of that real quick. If you hear any noise in the background, Jay's doing some dishes and stuff like that, so I'm gonna go ahead and apologize if you hear any loud noises in the background. My last video, I believe I was 8 weeks, and I was telling you guys that I went to the doctors and I went to my first prenatal appointment. So much has happened after that. I got my flu shot. I've been really sick. That's why I haven't made any videos. I've been very sick. I've been very dehydrated. I actually was in the hospital. I had to have an IV because I wasn't getting enough water, and I was drinking and doing what I was supposed to, but I guess I wasn't getting enough, and I wound up getting dehydrated. I knew something was wrong because when I went to my one of my prenatal appointments, I had they had to take a lot of tubes of blood, and it was like 10-12 tubes. It was a lot of blood, and usually it's very simple for me. They just take the blood and, you know, do what they got to do. I threw up during the procedure, first of all. Second of all, he was having a lot of trouble keeping the needle in my vein. He was having a lot of trouble finding my vein. I usually have no issues. And I was like, okay, something's wrong, something's up, what's going on here? And I was getting frustrated because I just wanted it to be over with, because I don't like needles, but I'm like, okay, let's just go ahead and do it. Let's get it done. And he was having a hard time finding my vein, and he almost had to stop, but finally he finished. I did the 1-hour glucose test because they wanted me to do it early because I'm overweight, so they want to check on it. I failed it, obviously. Because I have PCOS, I don't break down food like I'm supposed to, so I knew I was going to fail it before I even did it. And I have the 3-hour glucose test to do in January. I believe it's January 9th that I have to do that. It was supposed to be a couple of weeks ago, but because I'm still getting over being dehydrated, they didn't want me fasting for 10 hours, so they wanted to postpone it, so I have that in January. I had my... Okay, so when I went at 9 weeks, they, my OB wanted to check the baby's heart rate, but because I'm still too early to check on a fetal Doppler, they decided to do an ultrasound to check the heartbeat, and we got some pictures, which I will insert here. And that was at, I want to say that was 10 weeks and 2 or 3 days. And then today I'm 12 weeks and 6 days. Tomorrow I'll be 13 weeks exactly. Yesterday I had my 12-week prenatal appointment, and I also did the nuchal testing, which is where they check for the fluid in the back of the neck for Down syndrome. And also they take some blood to check for that as well, so I won't get those results back for 5 to 7 business days. And since next week is Christmas, I really have to play that by ear as well as to when I'll get those results back. And I got, obviously, the ultrasound. They checked the fluid. They said the fluid looked good behind the neck. She didn't see anything, but she still did the blood test just to double check. So here is my 12-week ultrasound. And it's a big difference between, from when I first got my ultrasound to now. So it's really cool to see the difference. Everything's going good. My next appointment is in 4 weeks. So I'll be seen for my glucose test January 9th. And then my next prenatal appointment, I'll be 16 weeks. And that will be January the 17th. And hopefully I don't have to reschedule it. I shouldn't have to, but I think Liliana has a WIC appointment that day, so I may have to reschedule. I'm not sure. Liliana's 3rd birthday is January the 15th, so lots of things in January. I did get a couple of emails from you guys asking if I was okay, and I am. A lot of it's been happening with my health. I cut our Wi-Fi off because we have Spectrum and their prices are just outrageous, and we're trying to save for the baby, and it's just like, I don't need it. So I've been having trouble trying to upload videos, so I've been having to use my data, and my phone broke, so I had to get that going, and it's been a lot. It's been like one thing on top of another, to be honest with you guys. I've been able to use my phone when I would go to my mom's because I would hook up to her Wi-Fi to be able to use it a little bit. So that's why I haven't been able to do as much. I post on Instagram because it's easier. It's faster to just like whoop, upload something, you know, but with YouTube it takes forever to upload something. So it's been really hard for me to be able to communicate with you guys, but hopefully, you know, things will get back on track and my health gets better. Like, I was really sick. If you guys remember from my videos from when I just found out I was pregnant, I told you guys I was fine. I was hungry. I didn't even feel pregnant because I was always eating, you know. No, not anymore. I'm very sick. I try to eat 6 small meals a day because even though I don't feel like eating, I'm trying to make sure I do eat, and that's a struggle. And I'm eating fruit. I've been eating a lot of seafood, a lot of fish, a lot of shrimp, a lot of salmon. I really love seafood right now. And I'm just trying to make sure I'm eating a lot of fruit. My go-to is cold water and orange juice, and eggs, lots of eggs and pickles. So I'm trying to eat all while I can, because it's when I wake up I feel extremely nauseous and sick, and I have those strawberry fiber grain cereal bars. I eat one of those in the morning because I'm not much hungry, but I know I need to eat something. So I'll eat one of those, and then I'll eat at lunch, and it's usually something very, very light, very light. I can't handle big meals right now, and I don't necessarily throw up, but I feel like I'm going to, like, if I push it too hard. So I'm just trying to balance myself as best as I possibly can. So that's pretty much all you guys have missed, is I've just been really, really sick and very, very tired. They say that you start your second trimester 13 weeks and 3 days exactly. So that is when I will begin my second trimester. But I will be 13 weeks tomorrow, and I will be 13 weeks and 3 days on Monday. So, wow, so Christmas. So on Christmas, I will be 13 weeks and 3 days, so that's when I start my second trimester, which is pretty cool. So, wow, a lot has changed, a lot has, you know, a lot has happened, and I feel very bad that I haven't been able to really share with you guys, but all you guys have really missed is me being really sick and really tired. I'm trying to think of anything else. Everything else you guys pretty much know. But yeah, I was in the hospital, and I was very scared because I thought something was wrong, you know? Because what had happened was, I was fixing me and Lily's dinner, and I just felt like I had to sit down. Like, I was like, okay, I lost my breath. That's not good. So I sit down, and then I'm like, okay, what's going on? I'm like, okay, I feel a little bit better. And I was just making her mac and cheese. And I'm like, okay, this isn't a hard concept. Why can't I accomplish this without sitting down? What is going on? And I'm drinking ice cold water I even bought a giant bag of ice to go in my freezer so I can make sure my water is always cold, so I don't have an excuse for not drinking it. And I'm like, what is going on? I get to the hospital, my blood pressure is way up. I thought it was my blood pressure, because the symptoms that I was feeling was very similar to when my preeclampsia was acting up with Lily. And by the way, I did a preeclampsia screening test, and that came back negative. I had to do a 24-hour urine catch, and that came out negative. There was no protein in my urine, so as of right now, it's negative as far as preeclampsia goes. And my blood pressure yesterday was 115/78, which is good. I don't think it's been that low in a long time. So I was very happy to see those numbers yesterday. My doctor will start me on baby aspirin if she feels it's necessary. But right now she says that everything seems to be going well. So I just wanted to say that. So when I got to the hospital, my blood pressure was very high, and I was very wobbly and like woozy. And they did a couple of things at the hospital. They checked the baby on the ultrasound. The baby looked good. Baby's heart rate was beautiful. It was 182. They checked my heart. They did an EKG to make sure I wasn't having a heart attack or anything like that. That came back negative. Everything was fine as far as that goes. And they came up with the conclusion with my urine and with my blood that I was very, very dehydrated. And it's just, that was a hard concept for me to receive, because it seemed like I wasn't doing enough. I'm drinking so much water. I may not be eating a lot, but I'm getting in my liquids, you know? So I was like, what am I doing wrong? And my doctor was like, well, you may be drinking a lot for you. Your baby's taking half of that. So you need to drink even more. And I'm like, I'm going to turn into a fish. You know, I'm like, I'm drinking so much. Like, how much more could I possibly drink? And so I've just been really trying to up my liquids. Like, even if I'm not going to eat a meal, I'm just going to drink my liquids to see if that helps. And it has been so far. I wake up very dehydrated in the morning. In the morning, I feel like crap. Like, my throat's dry, my lips are dry. I just feel really, really, like, nasty. So that's all that's been going on. I've been trying to get my dehydration under control. And, excuse me, within that dehydration comes fatigue, and it makes me very, very tired. Lily's been sick. Her acid reflux has been acting up, and she has to actually go to a gastroenterologist specialist because they think something internally is going on with her. So I'm waiting on that referral, but that's what's been going on lately. So I will update you guys on that as it gets closer. I'm still waiting on that phone call. Like I said, my next appointment is not until January. So in between now and then, it's just watching the baby grow. I am showing to an extent. I don't think my uterus has popped out of my pelvic bone yet, but I definitely do look pregnant, even though I'm only 12 weeks and 6 days. Now I have been hearing my doctor, she was like, well, it's your second baby, so that's no surprise to me, but I'm already a bigger woman, so it's like, how do you decipher? But you can kind of tell because where my abdomen is, it kind of like curves, which I will show a picture to show you guys. As you can kind of see, you know, it doesn't look too much, but you can kind of tell. Which means I'm like, whew, girl, I'm gonna be huge. So, but that's all that's been happening. I just want to make a video to update you guys, tell you that I'm okay, the baby's okay. I've just been really, really sick, and I've just been trying to take it easy as much as possible. It's funny because, you know, when you're pregnant with your first child and your doctor tells you to, you know, be on bed rest and get as much rest as you can, it's very simple, you know, but when you have a toddler running around and, you know, acting a fool most days, you know, it's kind of hard to get that rest, and you're never really taking care of yourself because you have a billion other things to do. So it's really hard. This has been really hard for me because with Lily, when I was pregnant with her, when the doctor would say, you know what, take a couple of days off of work, just rest, I did that. You know, I had no other responsibilities except for myself. Now I'm like, well, I can't really do that. You know, my daughter needs me. I still have to cook. I still have to clean. I still have to go to the grocery store. I still have things I need to do here. It's not that simple to just rest, you know? So Jason's been helping out when he's, you know, home from work. He's watching Lily, and he's, you know, letting me rest and do some things. So that's been nice. But it's definitely different, and it's taken a toll on me. And it's just something I have to adjust and get used to. I will be announcing my pregnancy on Christmas or the day after. I'm not quite sure which yet. Which we will be announcing. I announced on my personal Instagram, but I realized a lot of my family doesn't even have Instagram, so I'll be announcing it on Facebook on Christmas. A couple of people I actually am friends with on Facebook, or not friends with, but I'm in like Facebook groups with. I'm actually in a couple of baby groups. So if you recognize me, you know what, shout me out or something, say hey or whatever. Just let me know, because I think that's pretty cool. But that's all I wanted to say on here, is to update you guys. I'm okay. The baby's okay. I'm just taking it easy. And that's pretty much all I guess we all really can do when we feel like that. Hopefully the second trimester is more of a treat, because lately I've just been feeling really ill. But I hope everyone has a happy holiday. Merry Christmas to everyone, and a happy new year. And I will update you guys as much as possible. So I just want to thank you guys for subscribing. I see I had some new subscribers. Thank you so much for that. It means so much to me. You have no idea. And just thank you guys for watching. I hope everyone has a great night. Bye, guys.